Hundreds of thousands of New Mexicans voted in the midterm election, but there were few, if any, issues reported on Election Day. We spoke with the Secretary of State about the turnout and how things went yesterday. Tamara Lopez has a closer look.
It looks like we had a few more voters come out to the polls in 2022 than we did in 2018.
The Secretary of State's office reports more than 711,000 New Mexicans voted in yesterday's election. We're told in 2018 that number was closer to 700,000. In all, the Secretary of State's office says around 52% of current registered voters cast a ballot.
I have to say, though, this is very healthy. It's healthy turnout for a midterm election year.
There were a few reports of backups in the polls. In Sandoval County, some long lines were reported, but any issues were resolved by the time we got there. Secretary of State Maggie Toulouse-Oliver says any backup at the polls was likely due to thousands of New Mexicans registering and voting on the same day.
We had 10,000 people, over 10,000 people register and vote on Election Day, which is more just in and of itself than we've had in the previous few elections where we've had same-day registration.
Despite the increase in New Mexicans voting, the secretary says the election was smooth.
So we did not have a single voter in the state that wasn't able yesterday to get their vote cast if they needed to.
She says there were no reported issues with election security.
It's an imperfect process. There's so many humans involved, so many systems involved. You're always going to see a glitch here or there. Again, nothing that deserves an investigation per se, or anything that we're deeply concerned about.
Toulouse-Oliver says they will work with county clerks to address some minor tweaks, but ultimately she's happy New Mexicans turned out in force to vote.
The more participation we have, the more our democracy can thrive, and I'm just proud to be a part of that work and to help facilitate that for our voters here in the state.
Tamara Lopez, KOB 4.